What if I told you that within just 7 short days, without swallowing a single pill or stepping anywhere near a surgeon's table, you could feel your manhood come alive again? Firm, morning strength returning, energy coursing through your body, and intimacy with your partner, no longer something you dread, but something you look forward to. Most men over 60 believe those days are gone forever. Yet the truth is they can be restored naturally and far faster than you might imagine. I am Dr. Urologist and men's health specialist with over 3 decades of experience helping men reclaim the energy, vitality, and confidence they thought it had stolen. I have walked beside thousands of patients who came to me tired, discouraged, and quietly ashamed of what was happening in the most private part of their lives. And I've watched those same men transform when they were finally shown the right approach. Here's the surprising truth. The solution is not found in another prescription or an invasive procedure. In fact, many men are shocked when they learn that a simple natural oil-based protocol applied directly without drugs or devices can do what years of pills could not. It may sound too good to be true, but science has confirmed the power of these oils. That is why today I'm going to share with you a 7-day oil protocol designed specifically for men over 60. No chemicals, no surgery, just pure natural support that works with your body instead of against it. This approach has helped men reignite circulation, balance hormones, and restore sensation, all while strengthening the bond with their partners. And stay with me because in just a moment, I'll reveal the very first oil in this protocol, an overlooked golden liquid that many men now call their secret weapon for bringing back the vitality they thought was lost forever. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming advice on men's health and vitality after 60. And if you find this video helpful, drop a 1 in the comments below. If not, leave a 0 so I'll know how to serve you better next time. Now that you understand the promise of this 7-day protocol, let's begin with the very first oil. It may look simple, yet it holds remarkable power for men over 60. This golden liquid, pressed from tiny seeds, is nature's key to awakening testosterone and restoring circulation. Pumpkin seed oil. 1. Pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil liquid gold for testosterone. When I think back to some of my earliest patients in their 60s and 70s, one story always comes to mind. A gentleman came to me quiet and reserved, admitting that he hadn't felt truly like himself in years. He was tired, his mornings felt heavy, and intimacy had slowly slipped away. What struck me most was not just his physical symptoms, but the sadness in his voice when he said, "Doctor, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That moment has stayed with me because what he described is something I have heard countless times from men across America. And time after time, one of the most powerful tools I've used to help them is something simple and natural: pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil is often overlooked, but to the male body, it acts like a spark to a fading fire. It's loaded with zinc, a trace mineral absolutely essential for testosterone production. Think of testosterone as the engine that drives your energy, your mood, and your erections. Without zinc, that engine struggles to turn over. What makes pumpkin seed oil so unique is that the zinc it contains is highly bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and actually use it, unlike many synthetic supplements that pass through without much effect. But zinc isn't the only gift here. Pumpkin seed oil is also rich in phytosterols, compounds that improve blood flow to the penis by helping blood vessels relax and open more fully. This means circulation improves naturally, supporting stronger and more reliable erections. Some men even notice reduced prostate irritation, which translates into greater comfort and stability in sexual health. The beauty of pumpkin seed oil is its simplicity. Just 1 tablespoon each morning on an empty stomach. And within a week, many men notice warmth returning to the pelvic region, a lift in mood, and even the return of those morning stirrings that had been missing 4 years. And as remarkable as pumpkin seed oil is, what comes next may surprise you even more, because the second oil has been celebrated for centuries and is often called nature's very own Viagra. Black seed oil 2. Black seed oil, nature's nitric oxide booster. I remember sitting with a patient in his late 60s who looked me straight in the eye and said, "Doctor, the desire is still there, but my body just doesn't respond anymore." His words echoed what so many men feel but rarely admit. The truth is, for many men over 60, the Mindy's willing, but the body struggles because circulation is no longer what it once was. This is where black seed oil, also known as black cumin seed oil, becomes a powerful ally. For thousands of years, black seed oil has been revered in traditional medicine. And now, modern science is uncovering why. It contains a remarkable compound called thioquinone, which helps the body naturally produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide may sound like just another scientific term, but it is absolutely essential for male performance. It is the signaling molecule that tells blood vessels to relax and open, allowing blood to rush where it's needed most. Without enough nitric oxide, even the strongest desire cannot translate into a strong erection. What I've witnessed is that when men begin taking black seed oil, something changes. Circulation improves, inflammation in delicate blood vessels decreases, and slowly but surely, their body begins to respond again. That same gentleman I mentioned earlier came back to me after 2 weeks on black seed oil with a smile on his face saying, "I actually woke up feeling like myself again." That spark of confidence is priceless. The way to use it is simple. 1 teaspoon in the morning on an empty stomach and another before bed. Within a week, many men report lighter feelings in the lower abdomen, stronger morning erections, and even improved stamina. And while black seed oil lays the foundation by restoring the body's ability to respond, the next oil builds up on that foundation in an extraordinary way. Because it doesn't just improve blood flow, it actually repairs the very walls of your blood vessels. Pomegranate seed oil 3. Pomegranate seed oil, the vessel repairer. One of the most memorable moments in my practice came from a man in his early 70s who told me, "Doc, I feel like my body wants to keep going, but it's like the pipes are clogged." He was right in more ways than he realized. As men age, the walls of their blood vessels endure years of stress, inflammation, and microscopic damage. It's like an old garden hose that has been bent and worn down. The flow just isn't what it used to be. That's why pomegranate seed oil has become one of my favorite natural remedies to recommend. It doesn't just improve blood flow for the moment, it helps heal the very structure of those vessels. What makes pomegranate seed oil so powerful is a unique fatty acid called punic acid. This compound works like raw fuel for the body's hormone-producing glands, especially the testes and adrenal glands, helping them continue producing testosterone naturally. That alone can mean more energy, a stronger sense of masculinity, and renewed drive. But the real magic lies in its ability to restore and protect the endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels. Antioxidants in pomegranate seed oil act like a repair crew, sealing tiny cracks, reducing oxidative stress, and softening the vessel walls so blood can move freely again. When men start using it, they often tell me they notice not just physical changes, but mental ones as well. More clarity in the morning, sharper focus, and a surprising sense of vitality they thought was gone. 1 teaspoon daily with a meal containing fat is enough to make a noticeable difference within a couple of weeks. And while restoring blood vessels is essential, intimacy is about more than just circulation. The body also depends on nerves that carry signals of pleasure and sensitivity. That is why the next oil, often thought of as only for women, can be a game-changer for men seeking to truly feel alive again. 4. Evening. Primrose. Primrose oil, the nerve nourisher. I will never forget the conversation I had with a man in his mid-60s who said, "Tom, Doctor, I can still get an erection sometimes, but it doesn't feel the same. The sensation just isn't there anymore." That confession is something I've heard many times, and it speaks to an overlooked reality. Intimacy is not just about blood flow or hormones. It's about the nerves that carry signals of touch, pleasure, and responsiveness. Without healthy nerves, even the strongest circulation cannot bring true satisfaction. This is why evening primrose oil holds such a special place in my recommendations. Evening primrose oil is rich in gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA, a rare fatty acid that nourishes and repairs the protective coating around nerves called the myelin sheath. I often describe it to my patients like the insulation around an electrical wire. When the insulation is thin or damaged, the signal becomes weak. But when it is restored, signals of sensation travel clearly and strongly again. By feeding the nerves in this way, evening primrose oil has the potential to restore sensitivity, enhance pleasure, and bring back the sharpness of response many men thought was gone forever. But that isn't all. Evening primrose oil also helps balance prostaglandins, natural chemical messengers that play a role in arousal, erection strength, and even orgasm intensity. When these messengers are in harmony, men often notice a renewed ability to respond quickly and enjoy intimacy more fully. I've seen men who, after just a couple of weeks of consistent use, told me they felt alive again, not just physically, but emotionally, because their connection with their partner deepened. And while nourishing the nerves is essential, the mind is the true control center of male vitality. That is why the next oil, known for sharpening focus and boosting confidence, can be just as important as anything we've discussed so far. 5. Rosemary essential oil. The rosemary essential oil mind sharpening oil. There was a patient of mine, a retired teacher in his late 60s, who once told me, "My body sometimes works, but my mind gets in the way. I'm distracted, stressed, and it ruins the moment." His words were a reminder that intimacy is not just physical, it is deeply mental. The brain is the largest sexual organ, and when it is burdened with worry or fog, it can block desire and performance. This is where rosemary essential oil becomes such an incredible ally for men over 60. Rosemary has been used for centuries to strengthen memory and focus, but modern research shows it can do much more. It contains rosmarinic acid and carnosic acid, compounds that increase blood flow to the brain. When oxygen and nutrients reach the brain more efficiently, mental clarity sharpens, focus strengthens, and confidence grows. Many men find that this mental shift alone helps them remain present during intimate moments, able to enjoy their partner rather than being pulled away by stressful thoughts. Another hidden benefit of rosemary essential oil is its gentle effect on hormones. It helps regulate levels of DHT, a byproduct of testosterone that, when too high, can dull sensitivity and contribute to erectile issues. By keeping DHT in balance, rosemary supports both the mind and the body in working together for stronger performance. I've watched men who once struggled with distraction and anxiety rediscover a calm, confident presence after just a few weeks of daily use simply by applying diluted rosemary oil to the temples and neck. It's a small ritual, yet it brings surprising clarity and readiness. But while sharpening the mind is vital, there is still a hidden enemy that slowly wears men down: chronic inflammation. And the next oil, one of the most ancient and powerful, has the ability to quiet that fire and rebuild strength from within. Frankincense Essential Oil 6. Frankincense essential oil, the inflammation extinguisher. I once had a gentleman in his early 70s sit across from me looking frustrated but also defeated. He said, "Doctor, I eat well. I try to exercise, but no matter what I do, I just don't feel strong anymore." What he didn't realize, and what many men over 60 don't see, is that the real problem often lies beneath the surface. It isn't always about what you're doing today, but about the quiet, low-grade inflammation that has been building for years. That hidden fire slowly damages blood vessels, weakens hormone production, and stiffens tissues in ways that steal vitality without ever making a sound. This is where frankincense essential oil has been such a revelation in my practice. Known since ancient times as a sacred oil, frankincense contains boswellic acids, compounds with remarkable anti-inflammatory power. They go deep into the body's cells, calming the very inflammation that chips away at circulation, nerve health, and sexual stamina. I've seen men use frankincense regularly and gradually notice not only better energy and steadier mood, but also stronger erections and a greater sense of resilience. It works like an inner reset, giving the body permission to function as it was designed to. What also makes frankincense unique is its effect on stress. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that disrupts testosterone and blood flow. Frankincense helps calm the nervous system, lowering cortisol naturally and allowing balance to return. Many men tell me that diffusing frankincense before bed or applying it diluted to the chest brings an almost immediate sense of peace, a calm that carries into their intimate life. But while reducing inflammation and stress lays the foundation, true vitality requires something more. A way to unlock the body's responsiveness to testosterone and awaken sensitivity in the most important places. And that is exactly what the next step in this protocol delivers. The 7-Day Vitality Revival Protocol 7, the 7-Day Vitality Revival Protocol. After guiding men through the benefits of each of these oils, I often see the same expression on their faces, hope mixed with doubt. One man in his late 60s once asked me, "Doctor, do I really have to wait months to see results?" I smiled and told him, "No, not if you follow the protocol I'm about to share." That's when I introduced him to the 7-Day Vitality Revival method. And within a week, he came back standing taller, his voice full of confidence, telling me his mornings felt alive again. The protocol is simple, but remarkably effective. Each night before bed, you prepare a small blend. 10 drops of pumpkin seed oil, 10 drops of pomegranate seed oil, 10 drops of sandalwood oil, 5 drops of pine needle oil, and 3 drops of ylang-ylang oil, all mixed with 2 teaspoons of coconut oil as a carrier. Store it in a glass bottle. Warm it gently in your hands and massage 1 teaspoon into the base and shaft of the penis for about 5 minutes. This nightly ritual not only allows the oils to penetrate, but also encourages circulation right where it matters most. Beginning on the 3rd day, you also take 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seed oil orally in the morning on an empty stomach. This internal support amplifies the effects by fueling testosterone production from within. What follows is a clear timeline. In the first 2 days, warmth and sensitivity return. By days 3 and 4, firmer erections emerge. By days 5 and 6, energy steadies and reflexes sharpen. And by day 7, most men describe feeling as if a switch has been flipped, their body once again working in harmony. But here's the truth. Even though 7 days can transform how you feel, the real key is learning how to hold on to that strength for the years ahead. And in the conclusion, I'll share why this journey is about far more than oil. It's about reclaiming your confidence, your intimacy, and your life. Conclusion. A conclusion doctor's final words. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to pause and remind you of what we've uncovered together. We began with pumpkin seed oil, nature's liquid gold, giving your body the spark of testosterone and circulation it so often loses with age. Then we turned to black seed oil, that ancient remedy restoring nitric oxide and reigniting the very process behind an erection. From there, pomegranate seed oil offered not just support for testosterone, but true repair for blood vessel walls, healing the inner pathways that carry life and energy. Evening primrose oil reminded us of the importance of nerve health, returning sensitivity and pleasure that many men thought was gone forever. Rosemary essential oil lifted the fog from the mind, giving clarity, focus, and confidence to truly be present with a partner. Frankincense showed us how to extinguish the silent fire of inflammation, allowing the body to restore balance from within. And finally, the 7-Day Vitality Protocol tied them together into one powerful system, a natural method to revive strength, intimacy, and confidence without pills or surgery. But more than the science, what matters most is the story these oils help write for you. I've seen men walk into my office defeated, ashamed and unsure of themselves, only to return weeks later with a glow in their eyes, a lift in their shoulders, and a renewed sense of who they are. That transformation isn't just physical. It's emotional, relational, and deeply human. So, my final words to you are simple. You are not broken and you are not tooled. With the right support, your body can still surprise you. Take the step, begin the protocol, and give yourself permission to feel alive again. Because true vitality isn't just about years lived. It's about the strength and connection you carry into each day ahead.